no distance is far if what you want is there. Have you seen a boy who is dating a girl who is living far? He will trek in hot sun and say, where I'm going is not far. Because where a man's treasure is, there's how to be. A treasure is rising from this land. The white, the Hispanics, all of them, they will come from all over the world. And there will be development here because Jesus is here. Development follows the gospel. History has shown that. There are nations that it was the light of the gospel that opened them up. There's nothing anybody is going to do in South Korea, but a light was burning there called David Yongicho. Leaders, church leaders from all over had to travel to South Korea to see the pastor of the largest church in the world. How they had to be begging people, you don't come next week, so others can come. The glory of God is here. And you must prepare yourself to be amongst the next batch of God's fire distribution here. Are you with me? Don't be sleeping when inheritances are being shared. So that when you wake up, you will not have to pick what is left. You can pick what is yours, not what is left. Now, Jacob had disguised himself to look like Esau, to the end that he will collect the blessing. The Bible said that the mother killed a kid or a goat, whatever, and put the cloth on Jacob. They didn't know they were fulfilling prophecy. And the mother said, enter. Jacob said, mommy, if daddy finds out that I'm not Esau, he will curse me. The mother said, let the curse be on me. That is, at best, what will happen is that you receive nothing, not curse. That's favor. When people will carry your matter on their head, let me tell you something. One of the best signs of the blessing on a man is the gift of men. The gift of men like horses. Daily, men came to David to help him till his camp was very great, and his host was like the host of God. There are people that God gives you, they will carry you till you get to where you are going. They don't stop. And you are wondering, why is your own too much? God sent them to you. You will receive your own sent men. Maybe somebody doesn't want that. You will receive your own sent men. I remember I went to minister somewhere, and someone met me and said, I saw you were in so and so country. I said yes. He said, do you have visa so and so country? I said no. He called someone and said, done. Do you have visa to this country? I said no. He called someone and said, done. What about that country? I said no. He called someone and said, done. 2 months after that, I will have visa to more than 30 countries. I didn't go looking for it. They came. Rebecca was fulfilling prophecy. She didn't know. She took Nakalekom. She took the. Can you off your suit? She took the skin of the sacrificial lamb that died for Jacob, stand here, to be able to stand boldly before Isaac. And she took the skin and covered him. Isaac was a wise man. He took Jacob, and the Bible said he kissed him, verse 27. And he smelled the smell of his raiment. What's the raiment? The skin of what died. Depicting that the believer can now stand before God, clothed with the one who died. Isaac said, this is the voice of Jacob, but the flesh of Esau. That when I stand before God, it is the voice of Femi Lazarus, but the voice of Jesus. Because he's the one who died for me to be able to stand there. What Isaac said was that I want to eat the venison, then bless you. But as he smelled, he said, the smell of my field, of my son, is as the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed. Look at the next statement he said. Therefore, God give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth. It's been long I've lived in the north. I know there are seasons that we experience dew here, but not much. But in the west, there's dew every now and then. That the earth is watered, and the system that waters it doesn't make noise. So when he said, the Lord your God give you of the dew from heaven, it means that people will begin to see things work, but they don't know how. Because the system that powers it is noiseless. He said, he will give you the dew of heaven. Actually, the root word there is, let the dew of heaven produce the fatness of the earth. And then also yield plenty corn and wine. If there's no dew from heaven, the earth can't yield fatness. So, really, the blessing of Abraham is that anyone who is connected to that covenant will be under a heaven that is open for dew to descend. You will not know when it comes because there's dew. I didn't hear amen to that. Let me pronounce that same blessing on you. The Lord your God give you of the dew from above, and he will give you the fatness of the earth, and he will give you plenty corn and wine. Look at verse 29. Let people serve you. Let nations bow down to you. Be Lord over your brethren. Let your mother's sons bow to you. Cursed is everyone that curses you, and blessed is everyone that bless you. Sit down for a while, please. Thank you. You know, the nature of the event that took place there was that there was part of the statement that Isaac made, that even if Isaac now discovered that it was Jacob, he could no longer reverse it. Because part of the statement was, blessed is everyone that bless you. And what? Cursed is everyone that curse you. When he said that, he sealed it. Such that even as Esau will now enter, and the father will find out that Jacob had deceived him, the father no longer had the spiritual standing to curse him. From that moment, he became indestructible. It became the spot on the earth where heaven was touching down, and nobody can take from him. All these things didn't happen through magic, they happened through words. That a man can be under the shower of words, and that word will alter your morphological structure. It will change your DNA. How do I help you believe in the supernatural? Which job did Obed-Edom apply for? They only brought the Ark of Covenant to his house when David saw that the Ark had killed Uzzah. And they were looking for a man that if he dies, nobody will mourn him. And they said there's a very poor man where he lives. If he dies, they can bury him there. Nobody will know somebody's gone. So they took the ark there. Not because they loved him. And in 3 months, his fame was everywhere. Because God was in his tent. There was no news about change of activity. The force of heaven only joined him. You are running up and down. Sit down. Let the force of heaven